In today's video, we will dive in and explore incredible alien sightings and encounters that would convince even the biggest skeptics of the presence of the alien kind. Captured by a drone, this alien-looking figure emerged from a cave opening atop a mountain before stepping back. Recorded in 2014, the figure has a translucent or grayish-white skin tone resembling descriptions of extraterrestrial beings. Its hunched posture and slow, deliberate movements are similar to cryptid encounters rather than human behavior. The way it emerges and then retreats suggests an intelligent reaction to the drone's presence, possibly implying curiosity or fear. Many internet users believe hidden cave systems may be home to beings not from this world, and this sighting could be evidence of their existence. Inhabitants of crashed UFO. Recorded by a solo traveler, this footage captures a crash-landed UFO with a hole in its structure. Reported in 2013, some of these figures were still moving, appearing injured but alive. Strangely, there were no typical signs of an impact, making it unclear how the craft landed so smoothly. The craft could be a smaller escape module from a larger mothership, damaged during descent, and a failure in navigation or propulsion might have forced the UFO to land unexpectedly. If the beings were part of a larger group, a recovery team may already be on its way. Lake of Secrets. In 2012, a man reported seeing alien-looking figures emerging from the water of Lake of the Ozarks. The figures rose without making a splash, moving effortlessly between water and air. Unlike divers, they had no visible breathing equipment, which made it seem like they could survive underwater without assistance. Their movements were smooth and controlled, as if they were familiar with the lake. This has led many to believe they might have an underwater base or civilization hidden beneath the surface. Others think the lake could be connected to something beyond what we know, possibly serving as a passage to another place or reality. Hidden alien treatment. Believed to be recovered aliens from the Roswell UFO incident, this footage captures two beings in a glass cylinder with medical treatment. The footage has no known origin, leading many to think it was taken from a secret research facility. The beings are receiving medical care, but it's unclear if they are being healed, examined, or experimented on. The equipment used does not look like standard human medical devices, possibly indicating advanced or classified technology. They are not restrained, which could mean they are unconscious, cooperative, or unable to move. Some believe they are still alive and in contact with their own kind, waiting to be retrieved. Weird movement caught. In 2007, a building's CCTV camera captured a gray alien coming down the stairs and breaking a light bulb with its hand before disappearing into the darkness. The alien seemed excited, jumping as it moved and reaching for the bulb as if drawn to it. Unlike typical depictions of aliens, this figure showed energy and movement rarely associated with such beings. The CCTV footage did not show how it left, it simply vanished. Some believe the encounter was intentional, as if the being wanted to be seen, while others think these sightings happen more often than we realize but go unnoticed. Deep water mystery. Theorists argue aliens could easily hide their bases underwater, and in 2022, a man witnessed an alien in the water. The man mentioned it approached the surface and swam underneath the boardwalk as he recorded. The man claimed the creature had an unnatural way of swimming, moving fluidly but without making typical waves or splashes. Instead of acting like a typical sea animal, it seemed to notice it was being recorded and quickly retreated. Many people believe the being might have come from a hidden extraterrestrial base beneath the ocean floor. Odd camouflaged being. A family trip in the woods turned into the sighting of a mysterious lifeless figure that was completely blending with the tree. Recorded in 2005, the figure awoke for a few seconds before going unconscious again just as the man watched. It was almost identical to the tree, making it unclear whether it was a living being or some form of advanced camouflage. It appeared to react to being observed before shutting down, almost like it was in a dormant state. Many people believe it could be a type of alien species that blends with its surroundings to survive. Eerie forest presence. During a camping night, a man witnessed a gray alien in the deep woods that seemed to be observing its surroundings. Reported in 2013, unlike most encounters where aliens quickly vanish, this one stayed in place, scanning the area as if lost or searching for something. It didn't react to the man's presence, which could mean it was distracted or unaware. The being had no visible gadgets or tools, making it unclear how it got there or communicated. If it arrived by accident, it might have had an issue with its method of travel, possibly due to a malfunctioning portal or craft. Alien or experiment? Rumors suggest that underground bases house alien specimens, and this footage captures an unconscious being with its eyes barely open. The being is lying still, with no information about its origin, released anonymously in 2022. The video gives no details on where or how it was recorded. The being's lack of movement and unconscious state only add to the uncertainty around it. Some believe it could be an extraterrestrial being held in secret, possibly harmed during an experiment or encounter with humans. Many also believe that these underground labs are conducting genetic engineering using alien DNA. Close proximity sighting. In 2016, a solo traveler witnessed a mysterious alien-looking figure with an elongated skull and large hollow eye sockets in the woods. After the traveler saw the figure in person, it was later captured by a trail camera in the same area. In the footage, the figure was unusually close to the camera, allowing its features to be clearly seen. The being moved in front of the lens but showed no signs of fear or agitation, despite its proximity to the camera. Many believe the area could be near a hidden alien base, with the figure acting as a scout or guard. Alien in seclusion. A man was exploring an abandoned house outside a village and witnessed a dwarf alien standing outside the house. Recorded in 2013, it seemed familiar with the surroundings, as if it knew the area. Despite the man's presence, the alien showed no reaction, possibly unaware of him or too focused on its surroundings. The man believed the alien was too absorbed in its mission to notice him, possibly observing the house and its environment as part of its study. It's possible the figure was marking the area for future expeditions or landing sites. Silent forest walk. In 1998, US military were assigned a covert operation when they witnessed an extraterrestrial being alone in a remote forest. The being was partially hiding behind bushes, revealing itself briefly before disappearing into the darkness. It made no attempt to engage with the military personnel and simply walked away, possibly aware of their presence but choosing to remain unnoticed. The remote location of the forest indicates that extraterrestrial sightings could happen in areas, implying it could be a strategically important site. Many believe the government suppressed information about the sighting to avoid public panic or to keep knowledge of alien life hidden. The silent observer. While walking on a remote road at night, a villager witnessed an alien-looking figure cross its path and walk into the bushes. Recorded in 2008, the figure stopped, observed the villager while hiding, and then walked away. It seemed aware of the villager's presence and acted cautiously. Described as having alien-like features, the figure was difficult to fully identify in the darkness. The interaction lasted long enough for the villager to notice, but not enough to clearly see the details, leaving much of its true nature unknown. Some believe it could have been a time traveler from the future, quietly watching Earth without interference. Alien blends in. This footage captures a small, alien-looking figure sitting on a large stone, seemingly unbothered by the presence of a human. Recorded in 2013, the man mentioned he was taking a shortcut along the side of the road when he witnessed the figure. Despite being in an area with some roadside traffic, the alien did not seem disturbed or try to hide. The figure remained still and calm, which was an extraordinary nature of the encounter. It's possible that the alien was using disguise to blend in with its surroundings, viewing the area without interacting with the human. Mysterious jogger encounter. In 2013, a jogger's early walk into the forest took an unexpected turn when he heard a movement in the bushes and witnessed an alien emerging from it. The being stood still for a brief moment, then retreated back into the bushes, disappearing without a trace. The alien was alone, with no sign of a craft or any other figures around, making the encounter even more unusual in such a remote area. It did not interact with the jogger and showed no interest in hiding until it vanished. Some believe there may be a hidden alien base nearby, and the encounter was simply a brief glimpse before the alien returned to it. Weird city presence. A man from Las Vegas was entering home when he heard a strange noise behind the house and saw a skinny figure standing on all fours moving its back. Recorded in 2012, its elongated limbs and skeletal body matched descriptions of aliens, but its presence in the city at night was unusual. Before the sighting, the man heard odd noises, which made it seem like the figure was communicating or signaling something. Some believe it was a type of being that avoids attention and was only seen by accident. Others think certain entities interact with energy in ways beyond human understanding, possibly drawing power from city lights or electronics. Creepy cemetery presence. Graveyard's isolation is the perfect place for hiding, and in 2021, an alien-looking figure was spotted in one. The security guard described it as having a long head, visible ribs, and a skeletal body matching descriptions of extraterrestrial beings. The creature was hiding behind gravestones, indicating it was aware of its surroundings and trying to stay out of sight. It seemed to blend into its environment, possibly waiting for a signal from other beings or a specific event. People also believe it could be in hiding due to a covert government project working with extraterrestrials for experiments or surveillance. Silent walker scene. In 2012, a doorbell camera recorded a mysterious figure silently walking on all fours during the night. The figure appeared to have an unusually small head as it came into the camera's frame. The way it moved on all fours is not typical for humans or any known animals, making this sighting stand out. The time of the sighting and the figure's actions point to a possible attempt to go unnoticed by human witnesses. Some believe it could be someone from the future whose appearance and actions are altered due to time travel or adaptation to a new environment. Unexplained graveyard sighting. This footage captures a mysterious figure alone in the graveyard, seemingly using a stick to walk. Recorded in 2015, the figure's limbs were unnaturally thin with a skeletal-like body. It was sitting on a gravestone before standing up with the help of sticks. The way it moved made it unclear whether it was injured or naturally walked that way. Its body structure resembled descriptions of gray aliens, and it remained alone, making no contact with humans or animals. After standing, it moved into the darkness and was never seen again, and many believe it was trying to navigate an unfamiliar place for unknown reasons. Unexpected alien appearance. In 2013, a family from China was filming the park when they witnessed a UFO landing with an alien stepping out. Reported early in the morning, this sighting was different from the usual blurry or distant ones, and the saucer-shaped craft was clearly visible as it landed in an open area. The family described the figure as unnaturally skinny, and at that time, the park was empty, leaving them as the only witnesses. Some believe this event points to something more significant in the area, and the landing could indicate a hidden extraterrestrial facility in the area. Forest trail mystery. Trail cameras are often used to record wildlife, but in 2012, one installed in a remote forest captured footage of a pale-skinned being crawling at night. The figure lacked noticeable facial features, and any that it may have had were too small or unclear to identify. Unlike typical wildlife caught on camera, this being's movements were slow and deliberate, making it stand out in the forest. The figure paused briefly before continuing its crawl. Some experts believe it could be an extraterrestrial being, deliberately hiding its true form to avoid detection, relying on its pale skin and crawling behavior for camouflage. Mysterious fall and glow. The footage reportedly shows two alien figures standing near a large black disc-shaped craft, communicating in a way that's unfamiliar to us. One of the figures suddenly falls to the ground, followed by the second, and then the craft shoots into the sky, emitting a powerful glow. The footage is believed to have been recorded in 1982, though its authenticity is debated. Some believe the fall could have been caused by interacting with Earth's atmosphere. There is also a theory that the alien craft could be involved in a secret collaboration with world powers, with the aliens performing tasks on Earth in exchange for technology or resources. Quiet alien walk. In 2012, a man was recording a peaceful forest landscape when he unexpectedly captured footage of an alien figure emerging from the bushes and walking away. The alien had the classic gray appearance with a skinny body, large head, and a thin physique. The forest was isolated, making it an unlikely place for such a creature, indicating it might have been avoiding contact. The alien appeared briefly, walking away without acknowledging the man or approaching him, maintaining its focus on its path through the forest. The alien may be physiologically different from humans, possibly adapted to an environment or life form that we don't fully understand. Pale being stares. While camping in a remote forest, a ground witnessed a mysterious pale-skinned figure watching him from a distance. Recorded in 2012, the figure had glowing eyes and a pale complexion, matching descriptions of extraterrestrial beings seen in other sightings. It stayed at a distance, observing the group without getting closer, and after a short time, the figure calmly walked away. The lack of interaction and its composed behavior suggests the figure may have been using telepathy to observe the witnesses rather than communicating through physical means. The encounter was brief, making it hard to fully understand the figure's true nature. Lost in darkness. A man was lost in the forest and witnessed a gray alien in the middle of remote woods. Reported in 2024, the alien had glowing eyes, a feature often seen in many extraterrestrial encounters. The figure was sitting, moving its head in a strange manner, possibly as if analyzing or processing information. Initially unaware of the man, the alien eventually made eye contact and quickly ran away into the darkness, disappearing without a trace. Experts believe the strange head movement could be due to a need for processing environmental data or communication through body language. Extraterrestrial water encounter. While swimming, a boy witnessed a small, dwarf-like figure walking underwater near the shore. Recorded in 2010, the figure moved effortlessly, showing no signs of struggling, as if the water had no effect on it. There was no visible breathing or air bubbles, making it unclear how it was surviving beneath the surface. The sand and water around it remained still, undisturbed by its movements, as if it had complete control over how it interacted with the environment. If this being is extraterrestrial, it may belong to a species that has adapted to Earth's waters, possibly living in deep lakes or oceans, away from human sight. Crying figure moves. In 2010, a mysterious figure was spotted sitting in the middle of a remote village road. The witness reported hearing a crying sound coming from it, creating an eerie atmosphere. The figure had claws-like hands, which is not typical of most alien descriptions. After a brief moment, the figure suddenly moved toward the men as the footage ended. While the figure didn't show any aggressive behavior, its sudden movement left the men unsure of its intentions. It might be able to change its appearance, blending in with the surroundings or manipulating its features to hide. Perhaps it's a being that slipped through dimensions, existing in our world briefly before returning to its origin. Mysterious figures remains.
Encontrado dentro do rio.
During a hiking trip, a man stumbled upon the corpse of a white-skinned figure in the middle of a forest. Recorded in 2016, the body had an elongated skull and features resembling descriptions of extraterrestrial beings. The body had naturally decayed in the forest, which could explain its unusual appearance due to environmental factors. It might have been an alien that somehow ended up on Earth, possibly living here for an unknown period, and the remote location helped preserve the body because of the climate and lack of human interference. It's also possible that the body suffered from a biological malfunction or disease, giving it its strange appearance.
Olha a cara.
Eerie still observer. People have a strange habit of exploring abandoned houses, and in 2013, one man discovered an alien-like figure while exploring an old property. The figure seemed to be scanning its surroundings, as if waiting for something. There were no signs of footprints or movement leading to or from where it stood, almost as if it had just appeared. It made no noise, showed no signs of breathing, and didn't react like a normal living being. Some researchers suggest the head movements might indicate some kind of nonverbal signal, either directed at something unseen or as part of its own process. Figure found decaying. In 2013, a man was alerted by his dog when he discovered a lifeless body of an extraterrestrial being in his backyard. There were no signs of how it got there, no footprints, impact marks, or disturbances in the yard. Its skin had an unusual texture, neither fully human nor animal-like, and he described it as almost synthetic. Within hours, the body began to decay at an unnatural rate, as if it couldn't survive in Earth's atmosphere for long. Many people online believe this event could mean something bigger, possibly linked to an upcoming event or an attempt to make contact. Mysterious rooftop encounter. This footage was recorded by a man who heard a strange noise from the roof one evening and saw a tall white figure sitting on the wall. Reported in 2010, the figure climbed effortlessly, almost as if gravity didn't affect it, and made no sound apart from the initial noise. Within minutes, it disappeared without a trace. The man could not make out any facial features, as if its face was completely smooth. Its movements seemed deliberate but not aggressive. If real, its ability to climb so easily could mean it came from a place with different physical conditions than Earth. Abandoned site secrets. While exploring an abandoned military site, a boy stumbled upon a small, dwarf-like figure locked in a room. Recorded in 2015, the room was completely empty, with no signs of how the being got there or how long it had been inside. It had features unlike any human or known animal, and instead of running or attacking, it peeked out, watching the boy before he panicked and ran. Some believe it could have been a failed experiment or a hybrid left behind when the site was abandoned. Whatever it was, no one knows what happened to it after that day. Brief but unexplainable. This footage from an unknown origin shows an alien-looking figure appearing in the backyard of a house. Uploaded in 2022, the figure reacted instantly to the camera's flashlight, as if sensitive to light, and didn't move like a human, but seemed to glide away unnaturally. The camera captured only a brief glimpse before it vanished, making identification impossible. While it had a natural physique, its proportions were unusual, making it difficult to explain. Some believe it may have been part of a classified project that escaped or was unintentionally released. If extraterrestrial, it could have been left behind or separated from others. Glowing eyes spotted. A forest expedition team was traveling at night when they stumbled upon a pale-skinned figure that scared them. Reported in 2006, it was almost invisible in the darkness, blending perfectly with the environment, making it nearly impossible to spot. When illuminated by the light, the figure's eyes glowed, a feature often seen in extraterrestrial encounters. Despite being close to the figure, the team couldn't identify what it was, as its appearance seemed so unusual and unlike anything they'd seen before. Some believe the figure could be connected to ancient civilizations or extraterrestrial visits, possibly a remnant from earlier encounters on Earth. Hidden passage found. While exploring a forest, a solo traveler stumbled upon a hole and witnessed a figure with glowing eyes looking up. Recorded in 2016, the tunnel-like passageway was covered with a wooden log which seemed intentionally placed to hide it. The passage was hidden so well that it appeared as though someone or something wanted to keep it out of sight. The figure with glowing eyes and its strange appearance led many to believe it could be an alien being. Experts believe the tunnel might lead to a hidden underground alien base where extraterrestrials are secretly operating beneath the forest. Silent intruder appears.
Oh, dude! Is that him? No. Okay, let me...
A man was operating a drone to explore an abandoned property when he captured footage of an alien inside the house. Reported in 2022, the figure stood out against the dark interior due to its pale skin.
Hell, that's so creepy! He's actually here!
Initially sitting and moving its head, but once the drone got closer, it became alert and started looking left and right, seemingly tracking the drone's movements. The way it moved its head appeared unnatural, suggesting it may have a different physical structure. Many believe the figure could have telepathic abilities, sensing the drone's presence without needing to physically interact with it.
Dude, that was so lucky. Okay, let me get close. Wait.
Weird sighting reported. In 1998, a man reported an unusual event when he saw a mysterious figure being followed by a dog. The figure had skinny legs and a contorted body with no visible arms and moved in an unnatural way, even jumping while running. The figure's strange movements and body shape didn't resemble any typical animal or human form. The figure exhibited a strange running motion, even leaping while running, which made its movement more bizarre. Many people believe that the figure could be an extraterrestrial with a form not typically seen on Earth, and its appearance might be a result of adapting to new environments. Late night visitor. This glowing-eyed figure was caught on camera sitting on the road during late night when a man looked outside his apartment's window. Recorded in 2002, the figure had a chubby body, making it difficult to stand up at first. Once it stood up, it started running toward the building where the man was watching. The glowing feature of the figure is often linked to extraterrestrial phenomena. Its sudden movement and the way it ran towards the building caused a sense of unease. Some believe it might have been stranded or lost, needing to find a way to communicate or leave the area. Weird shape spotted. A boy was filming an abandoned building when he captured a figure on one of its floors looking outside before disappearing into the darkness. Recorded in 2013, the sighting occurred in broad daylight, a time when unusual events are rarely expected. The figure seemed unaware of the boy filming, as it looked out the window before walking back. Some believe the figure was lost, searching for a way out of the abandoned space, possibly attempting to communicate with the living. Others think the building could have once been used as an alien observation site, with the figure either being a watcher or a stranded extraterrestrial. Mystery in Siberia. Recorded in 2013, this footage captured two figures resembling lizards walking upright on two legs in the snowy lands of Siberia. The figures had elongated heads, tails, and humps on their backs, making them appear far from ordinary. They seemed unbothered by the freezing Siberian weather, showing traits that are unlike any known species on Earth. Many believe these figures could be extraterrestrial beings that exist underground or hidden from human eyes. Their appearance in such harsh conditions indicates they might be adapted to environments humans cannot fully understand. It's possible that they were simply passing through Siberia as part of their normal movements or exploration patterns. Large shadow appears. Trail camera installed in a remote forest captured a large muscular figure alone in the woods in 2015. The figure is seen sitting on the ground, seemingly catching its breath as if it had been engaged in strenuous activity. When it looks behind, it seems to be aware of something, as though it had been running from something. The figure could be an extraterrestrial being, using the forest to hide and observe Earth. It could be fleeing from a predator or threat, with its actions driven by survival instincts. Some theorists suggest that extraterrestrials have been visiting Earth for centuries, and this figure might be one of their ancient watchers living among us in secrecy. Open discussion. We have footage from an abandoned place where a boy was exploring and witnessed a pale-skinned figure sitting against the wall. Recorded in 2013, the figure's skin stood out against its surroundings. Initially sitting still, the figure suddenly looked back and began running toward the boy. The video ends abruptly just as the figure approaches, leaving viewers to wonder what happened next. Some believe the abandoned place could have been a research site for secret experiments, with the figure being one of the subjects. Others think it might be a result of a government experiment gone wrong, and the figure is now hiding from authorities. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching the video. Share in the comments and do like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.